know everyone thinks their dads are strong, but I knew for a fact that mine was the strongest. He was an Army major and I was super proud of him, but because of his job, he was gone for months. Mom left us when I was a baby, so Grandma took care of me in Dad's absence. But when I was in 7th grade, he gave me the best news ever. He was getting remarried and I was getting a new mom and a sister. Dad got me the most gorgeous pink dress for his wedding, and everyone couldn't stop gushing about how pretty I looked. Until my stepsister Jenny crashed into me and spilled her orange juice all over my hair and clothes. I'm so sorry. There was a bee chasing me. It's okay. The wedding's over anyway. My stepmom doted on me, and Jenny, well, she was also pretty awesome, but sometimes she went overboard with her kindness. Aria, I made these napkins for you with my own hands. That would have been cute if Jenny hadn't made that out of the dress I wore on our parents' wedding day. Once, Jenny and I were playing in a nearby park, and after a few hours, we felt hungry, so Jenny went home to fetch something to eat. Suddenly, I heard her screaming, so I ran to her and found one of our neighbors holding her by her collar. What are you doing, Mrs. Sparkley? I caught this little thief trying to break into your home. She was crawling through the kitchen window. That's because I forgot the key and no one's home. Yeah, she's not a thief. She's my sister. Your sister? I'm sorry, honey. You're so pretty. You both don't look related at all. It was true that Jenny and I looked different. The way Mrs. Sparkley said that made me feel bad. And Jenny looked ready to explode. And you look like you're related to a family of pigs. Here, eat some dirt. Jenny grabbed a fistful of mud, threw it on Mrs. Sparkley's face, and ran away. Dad had to face the anger of a furious Mrs. Sparkley for an hour that evening. Soon, Jenny joined my school, and I was glad to introduce her to my friends. But I noticed that she tried to copy me in everything. We ended up buying the same clothes. She joined the school's drama club like me, and she even brought pasta to school every day like me, even though she hated it. Then one day, I got to know she wanted to play the role I was auditioning for in the school play, so I simply stepped back to give her the chance. And she did manage to land the role. When we got home, she happily broke the news to Mom and Dad, but just then, Dad got a call, and when he hung up, he cried with joy.
It was your drama teacher. Some casting director watched your recent play, and he wants to cast you in an upcoming teen movie.
I was ecstatic. Dad said he'd take us all to dinner at a fancy restaurant to celebrate, but that night, Jenny got a bad headache, and Mom had to stay back to take care of her. After that day, I started getting popular in school. Everyone suddenly wanted to hang out with me, but I felt Jenny slowly growing distant. She no longer wanted to play with me at home, and at school, she'd often say awful things to embarrass me. Did you guys know that Aria ate her bookers when she was little? Ew! And she loves smelling her socks after a sweaty gym session. Whenever I told Mom about it, Jenny started crying like a baby and said she was just having some harmless fun. 6 months passed, and one day, Dad got a call that he and his team had to leave for Afghanistan immediately. A couple of days after Dad left, we got the most terrible news. Dad and a few of his teammates had gone missing. I was devastated, but Mom and Jenny acted like everything was normal. It was Jenny's birthday in a week, and both of them were busy planning for the party. Aria, should I get a Barbie cake or a unicorn cake? How can you even think about celebrating when there's still no news about Dad? It's my 13th birthday. I can't let anyone ruin it. Besides, who knows if he'll ever be found? That made me so angry, I gave Jenny a tight slap. She pounced on me and we fought like wildcats until Mom pulled us apart. When she heard what happened, she grounded me for a week. But when the party was in full swing, I may have sneaked into the kitchen and sprinkled some extra pepper in the food and poured a bottle of vinegar into the lemonade. Mom, I feel like I ate the sun. Get me some lemonade.